This is VOA News. I'm David Byrd. The coronavirus question is becoming somewhat more personal for President Donald Trump. AP Washington correspondent Sagar Meghani reports from the White House.
Brazil says its presidential communications chief has tested positive for the virus just days after meeting with President Trump and Senator Rick Scott in Florida. The president remembers talking with the delegation.
I don't know if the press aide was there.
He was. A photo shows the man standing shoulder to shoulder with the president and Scott, who said today he's self-quarantining. It's the first time somebody infected with the virus is known to have been close to the president. Should he be tested?
Let's put it this way, I'm not concerned.
While the virus usually causes only mild or moderate symptoms in most people, it can hit older ones harder. The president is 73. Sagar Meghani, Washington.
Wall Street was another nightmare day on Thursday, its worst day since the so-called Black Monday crash of 1987. AP correspondent Mike Gracia has details.
It was a devastating day on Wall Street. Stocks suffered their most severe beating since the Black Monday crash of 1987, with coronavirus fears sparking another sell-off. The Dow Jones Industrials lost 10% of value, falling 2,300 points to close at 21,200. The S&P 500 gave up 9.51%, dropping 260 points to 2,480.64. The Nasdaq Composite lost 750 points, or 9.43%, to 7,201. Stocks went on the downturn from the opening bell, plunging so fast that a 15-minute trading halt was triggered for the second time this week. I'm Mike Gracia.
European markets were also hit hard. London lost 11%, while major French and German indices took a 12% hit. For more, visit our website. This is VOA News. The two of the candidates running to replace President Donald Trump, former Vice President Joe Biden and Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, both criticized the president's response to the coronavirus outbreak in the United States Thursday. Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden says that Trump's assertion Wednesday that it is a foreign virus is just plain wrong.
Labeling COVID-19 a foreign virus does not displace accountability for the misjudgments that have been taken thus far by the Trump administration.
Speaking in Vermont, Bernie Sanders said the administration needs to be more transparent with the American people.
The American people deserve transparency, something that the current administration has fought day after day to stifle. In other words, we need to know what is happening right now in our country, in our states, and in fact, all over the world.
A debate between Biden and Sanders scheduled for Sunday night in Arizona was moved to CNN's Washington studios with no audience because of concerns over the coronavirus. U.S. military aircraft are carrying out retaliatory strikes in Iraq in response to a rocket attack on Wednesday that killed 2 U.S. troops and a British service member at a base north of Baghdad. 2 U.S. defense officials, speaking on condition of anonymity, told the Reuters news agency that the targets were being struck by fixed-wing aircraft, but they did not say which targets or who was being targeted. Earlier, however, the Pentagon squarely blamed Iran-backed militia for Wednesday's attack, which also wounded 14 people. U.S. military spokesman in Iraq had said that about 18 107mm Katyusha rockets struck the base and that Iraqi security forces had found a rocket-rigged truck a few kilometers from Camp Taji. The impact of the coronavirus outbreak continues to ripple across the U.S. sports and entertainment industries. In college basketball, the NCAA announced that it is canceling both its men's and women's postseason tournaments and any remaining winter and spring championships. The National Basketball Association, that is, and the National Ice Hockey League have suspended play. Major League Soccer has suspended play, and Major League Baseball has canceled the rest of its spring training games and plans to delay opening day. Disney announced that it would close its Disneyland and California Adventure parks starting Saturday. Broadway theaters have suspended performances through April 12th. For more, log on to our website, voanews.com. I'm David Byrd, VOA News.